Hello dear students, today we are going to discuss about natural resources part 2, water and soil. Water, a wonder liquid. Water is an inexhaustible natural resource. Inexhaustible means unlimited. It occupies very large area of the earth's surface. Some amount of water exists in the form of water vapor in the atmosphere. Most of the water on Earth's surface is saline. It means salty water. Fresh water is found as frozen ice caps at poles and on snow-covered mountains. The underground water and the water in rivers, lakes and ponds is also fresh. Next is about importance of water for living beings. Water is essential for living beings because it provides a medium for all the cellular processes to take place. It is necessary for the transportation of substances from one part of the body to other. It helps to maintain body temperature. It is required to maintain balance of salts within the body. Terrestrial life form require fresh water because their bodies cannot tolerate or get rid of high amount of dissolved salts in saline water. All the reactions that takes place within our body and within the cells occur between substances that are dissolved in water. All the organisms need to maintain the level of water within their bodies in order to survive. Therefore, water is essential for the sustenance of life. Next topic is about water pollution. What do you mean by water pollution? It is an undesirable change in the physical, chemical and biological quality of water due to addition of unwanted and harmful substances that are called as water pollutants. Water pollution adversely affects living organisms by making the water unsuitable for use. What are the causes of water pollution? Water dissolves the fertilizers and pesticides from agriculture fields and take them to the nearby water bodies where they cause harmful effects on aquatic life. Next reason is dumping of sewage and other waste into the water bodies adversely affect the water quality. Industries use water for cooling various machines and later releases hot water into the water bodies. This causes sudden changes in the temperature of water body that affects the breeding of aquatic organisms. Next is about the effects of water pollution. Polluted water can affect life forms in various ways. First of all, addition of undesirable substances to water bodies. Fertilizers, pesticides, dirt, sewage, industrial waste like heavy metals and disease-causing microorganisms get mixed with the water, making it unfit for consumption. Water pollution affects death of flora and fauna of water bodies. Flora means plants and fauna means animals of water bodies. As the amount of organic waste increases in water, bacteria and other organisms multiply very fast by using the dissolved oxygen present in the water, thus making the water body deficient in oxygen. This lack of oxygen in turn kills the fishes and other aquatic animals. Another effect of water pollution is human diseases. Water provides home to pathogens which causes infections to humans. These pathogens include viruses, bacteria, fungi, nematodes, protozoans, etc. and cause diseases such as typhoid, cholera, jaundice, etc. in humans. We can control water pollution. How is it possible? Sewage and garbage generated by homes and industries should be treated properly before discharging into water sources. It will reduce water pollution, causing less harm to the aquatic life. If hot water generated by the industries is collected at a common place and then cooled before it is discharged into the water bodies, it will not affect the breeding capacity of aquatic organisms. If commercial areas, factories, and industries are shifted to isolated areas, it means far away from residential areas, it can reduce the effect of water pollution on people. In this way, we can control water pollution. Next topic is about soil. It is the portion of the outermost layer of earth crust, which provides support for the growth of the plants. The minerals present in the soil supply a variety of nutrients to life forms. It is an important source that decides the diversity of life in an area. Formation of soil. Soil takes long period of time to form. For thousands and millions of years, the rocks at or near the surface of the earth are broken down by various physical, chemical and biological processes. The end product of this breaking down is the fine particles of soil. Sun, water, wind and living organisms. These factors are responsible for the formation of soil. What is the role of sun in the formation of soil? The sun heats up the rocks during the day so that they expand, and during night these rocks cool down and contract. Since all parts of rock do not expand and contract at the same rate, this results in the formation of cracks and ultimately the huge rocks break up into smaller pieces. What is the role of water in the formation of soil? It helps in the formation of soil in two ways. Firstly, water could get into the cracks in the rocks formed due to the uneven heating by the sun. Freezing of this water would lead to widening up of cracks later. Secondly, flowing water wears away even hard rock over long period of time. Fast flowing water often carries big and small particles of rock downstream. These rocks rub against other rocks and resultant abrasion causes the rocks to break down into smaller particles. The water then takes these particles along with it and deposits them further down. Next is about the role of wind in the formation of soil. Wind acts similarly as water. Strong winds also erode rocks down and carries sand from one place to another. Living organisms also influence the formation of soil. The lichens grow on the surface of rocks and release certain substances that cause the rock surface to powder down and form a thin layer of soil. Other small plants like mosses grow on the surface of rocks and cause further breakdown of rock. Roots of big trees also break rocks by penetrating deeper into the rock bed. Soil is a mixture of small particles of rocks, bits of decayed living organisms, it means humus, partially decomposed plant and animal matter, etc. What do you mean by humus? It is a dark colored organic substance consisting partially or wholly decayed plant or animal waste. It provides nutrients for plants and increases the ability of soil to retain water. Humus plays a major role in deciding the soil structure because it causes soil to become more porous and allows water and air to penetrate deep underground. The mineral nutrients that are found in a particular soil depend on the rock from which it was formed. The nutrient content of a soil, the amount of humus present in it, and the depth of the soil are some of the basic factors that decide which plants will grow on a particular soil. For example, black soil is rich in calcium, magnesium, aluminium, whereas red soil is rich in iron oxides. Topsoil is the topmost layer of the soil that contains humus and living organisms in addition to soil particles. The quality of the topsoil is an important factor that decides the biodiversity of a particular area. For living organisms, soil is important because it provides natural habitat for various living organisms. For example, bacteria, fungi, algae, earthworms, etc., which have to maintain the fertility of the soil. Earthworm performs all its activities in the soil. It maintains the fertility of soil by releasing nitrogen-rich excreta. It also helps in tilting the soil. Soil provides nutrients to all living organisms. Soil helps to bind roots of plants to provide them anchorage. The nutrients in soil are absorbed by the plants for their growth and development. Next topic is about soil pollution. Removal of useful components from the soil and addition of hazardous substances into it is called soil pollution. It adversely affects the fertility of the soil and kills the diversity of organisms that live in it. Soil also loses its fertility by the frequent use of fertilizers and pesticides over a long period of time. This destroys the soil structure by killing the soil microorganisms that recycle nutrients in the soil. It also kills the earthworms, which are helpful in making the humus rich. Fertile soil can quickly become unfertile if sustainable practices are not followed. What do you mean by soil erosion? It is the removal and transportation of topsoil, top layer of the soil, from its original position due to factors such as strong winds or fast running rainwater. Soil erosion results in desertification or reduction of soil fertility. Then what are the causes of soil erosion? Strong winds carry fine soil particles from one place to another. Heavy rains wash unprotected topsoil into the streams and river. Deforestation can also lead to soil erosion. Improper cultivation practices for a long time can cause soil erosion. Extensive farming also causes soil erosion. How can we prevent soil erosion? First of all, about afforestation. Planting more trees reduces soil erosion. Next method is step farming or terrace farming. Farmers form a series of steps by making horizontal stripes supported by walls to catch the descending water. It gives the water sufficient time to percolate into the soil and nourish the crop. Soil cover. This method involves the removal of excess rainwater through small drainage canal formed around the field. Next is controlled grazing. Grasses tend to bind soil particles to prevent their erosion. If overgrazing is allowed, the grasses are uprooted and the soil gets eroded. Therefore, excessive grazing should be prevented.